Chapter 1180. Heaven and Human Path. Grandmaster discusses Tao. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Some days ago. In longevity. Heaven. This was giant sun immortal venerable's rank, 9 grotto heaven. Golden light enveloped the 4 desolations. An azure hue shone over the 8 extremities. 4 desolations and 8 extremities. These form the terrain of longevity heaven, much like how sovereign immortal aperture had the 9 heavens and 5 regions. And at the heart of the 4 desolations, at the center of the 8 extremities, an immortal goo house was shining in a profound white light, shooting toward the skies. It resonated with the entirety of longevity heaven, emitting a loud humming sound. Rank 8, Immortal Goo House, Calamity Luck Altar. 3 floors of round altars, with multiple pillars holding it up, white jade railings and shining aurora. 8 Goo Immortals in longevity heaven were standing at the center of the 9 corners of Calamity Luck Altar, doing their best to concentrate in controlling the operations of Calamity Luck Altar. At the center of Calamity Luck Altar, lightning was flashing, dragons were dancing, luck was steaming as clouds enveloped the area. A Goo Immortal's figure was seated on the ground, resisting the might of Calamity Luck Altar. Around him there was a ring. It was flying around and surrounding his body, emitting light in 5 colors. 5 elements. Grandmaster, you might have rank 8 cultivation level, but inside the Calamity Luck Altar, you cannot turn this around. I urge you to surrender when our 4 desolation immortals awaken. Perhaps you might have a chance of survival. The leader of the 8 Goo Immortals, Heaven Extremity, snorted and said, "It turned out that the Goo Immortal trapped in the center of Calamity Luck Altar was one of the 5 rank 8 existences in Northern Plains. 5 elements, Grandmaster. 5 elements." Grandmaster laughed loudly. "The rank 8 Immortal Goo House is nothing impressive. You 8 extremities have combined forces to manipulate it, after suppressing me for this long, even using the might of longevity heaven to try and kill me. But now you have not even broken through the first layer of my 5 elements ring. Heaven Extremity, you have the face to ask me to surrender?" Heaven Extremity sneered. "That is because you do not know the mystical power of Calamity Luck Altar. Its true ability is to reverse calamity and luck, turning calamity into luck and luck into calamity. By interlinking calamity and luck, it becomes unceasing. This is the profundity of heaven and earth luck. As a mere lone cultivator, how can you possibly understand?" Hearing the words, heaven and earth luck, 5 elements. Grandmaster's smugness vanished, disappearing from his face. Giant sun. Immortal venerable created luck path. His entire life's cultivation was summarized into 3 parts. Self-luck, all living beings' luck, and heaven and earth luck. Among which, heaven and earth luck was created during Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's later years. It was grand and deep, deciphering the mysteries of heaven and earth. 5 elements. Grandmaster had stalled in his advancement now. He could not break through on his own. Thus he sneaked into longevity heaven and tried to steal the heaven and earth luck true inheritance. But to think that even though the 4 desolation immortals were asleep in longevity heaven, the defense still exceeded 5 elements Grandmaster's expectations. After some fighting, 5 elements Grandmaster was trapped inside Calamity Luck Altar. He was suppressed by the 8 extremities, unable to get free. Giant Sun, Immortal Venerable had 3 rank 8 Immortal Goo Houses in his life. I've known about Calamity Luck Altar since long ago, but reversing calamity and luck, just what constitutes as reversing calamity and luck, 5 elements? Grandmaster thought for a moment before asking. The 8 extremities looked at each other, evidently surprised. But soon they reacted. Heaven Extremity sighed internally. "I have long since heard that 5 elements Grandmaster has an incredible thirst towards knowledge. When he was mortal, he hid his identity and went around learning from different masters. After becoming a Goo Immortal, in order to obtain some experience and guidance from Goo Immortals, he was willing to be at their beck and call. This time he actually asked his enemies for guidance inside the formation. He is truly passionate. However, an ignorant person fears nothing. If I inform him of the truth, I can strike a blow at his confidence and morale." Thinking of this, Heaven Extremity spoke. Right now, the outcome has been decided. It is fine even if I tell you. Calamity Luck Altar was purposely left in Longevity Heaven by Ancestor Giant Sun. It was to defend Longevity Heaven. Reversing calamity and luck, we can turn calamities and tribulations into our own good luck. Right now, you came to invade Longevity Heaven. It was our human calamity. By using this Calamity Luck Altar, we can turn this difficulty into good luck, turning disaster into fortune. You will end up contributing to Longevity Heaven's eternal existence. Superb, brilliant, 5 elements. Grandmaster listened with shining eyes. He asked again, if a human calamity is like this, then what about earthly calamities and heavenly tribulations? We naturally reverse them as well. Heavenly tribulations and earthly calamities do not cause any damage. They instead become nourishment for our Longevity Heaven. Heaven Extremity said proudly, 5 elements. Grandmaster had wide-opened eyes. Longevity, Heaven is a rank 9 grotto heaven and has not absorbed any fragments of the immemorial 9 heavens. By relying on Calamity Luck Altar, it can go through all of its calamities and tribulations. Ha 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 ha, you are already a rank 8 goo immortal, but you do not even know about the origins of calamities and tribulations? Heaven Extremity laughed in disdain. 5 elements. Grandmaster was not upset. He asked humbly, I hope you can teach me, Heaven Extremity. Heaven Extremity sensed 5 elements. Grandmaster's earnest attitude and the disdain inside him vanished, turning into traces of admiration. He sighed, answering, why do humans have calamities and tribulations? The truth is, not just humans, but desolate beasts and desolate plants also have them. Like the thousand snakes haze tree, it faces the tribulation lightning. The origin of calamities and tribulations is in the principles of heaven. Heaven takes away surpluses while replenishing deficits. It emphasizes on balance and maintains this over cycles. Any existence which breaks the cycle of balance will face calamities and tribulations. But humans possess the greatest intelligence. Thus, we are more of a threat than beasts or plants. Goo immortals can manage their own small worlds. It draws wariness and attacks from heaven. What is calamity? What is luck? Heaven Extremity suddenly asked. 5 elements. Grandmaster had a realization. He spoke immediately. I understand. Heaven takes away surpluses while replenishing deficits. The so-called calamity takes away surpluses, while luck replenishes deficits. Heaven Extremity raised his eyebrows. You answered correctly. That is exactly the case. And my ancestor Giant Sun was extremely talented. He created Luck Path. It targets the operations of the principles of heaven. Self-luck, true inheritance, replenishes oneself. All living beings' luck takes away other surpluses to replenish oneself. While heaven and earth, luck takes away heaven and earth's surpluses to replenish oneself. So that's it. 5 elements. Grandmaster sighed deeply. No wonder Giant Sun Immortal Venerable did not enter heavenly court during his life. Heavenly court followed the will of heaven and upholded justice for heaven. Meanwhile, Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's luck path usurped the authority of heaven and earth. When nature operated according to the principles of heaven, and an individual was determined to be too strong and breaking the balance, it would generate calamities and tribulations to suppress them. Giant Sun. Immortal Venerable's luck path avoided calamities and tribulations, and in the section of heaven and earth luck, it directly turned calamities and tribulations into fortuitous encounters. Heaven and earth suppresses me. It wants to take away my surpluses to replenish others' deficits. Then I shall go ahead and take away heaven and earth's surpluses to replenish my own deficits. As the saying goes, there is nothing to say if there were opposing objectives. If heaven cannot use calamities and tribulations to destroy Longevity Heaven, it will use human calamities to destroy it. Heaven Extremity continued, and you, 5 elements Grandmaster, were subconsciously influenced by heaven's will, eventually becoming the human calamity that is here to destroy my Longevity Heaven. What a pity that you, a great rank 8, were influenced by heaven's will without even knowing it. Ha 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 ha, I have learned much. 5 elements. Grandmaster laughed grandly. Even if it is heaven's will influencing me, so what? This is also my own intention, and I believe that man will triumph over heaven. No matter how vast heaven's will is, It cannot compare to the will of humans. Throughout the long history of humanity, we were so weak and feeble, pushed aside and humiliated everywhere, until we became the overlords of the world today, suppressing all variant humans and other life forms under our feet. The human race is the one that destroys the balance the most, but can heaven suppress us? There were 10 rank 9 venerables in human history, and countless goo immortals among us. We roam heaven and earth. We can capture stars and overturn mountains and rivers. What can heaven do? Heaven Extremity laughed. The other 7 also expressed joy. This joy was the joy of meeting a companion, someone who shared similar understanding and aspirations as oneself. Heaven Extremity's laughter faded. It seems that you, 5 Elements Grandmaster, have also been reading frequently. Of course, contains Renzu's Human Path True Inheritance. Every goo immortal who cultivates to a high level will try to benefit from it. Unfortunately, I do not have the wisdom and comprehension ability. I can only read the meaning that human path triumphs over heaven path. I had once heard that giant sun immortal Venerable created self-luck and reached an impasse where he stalled. He only obtained an inspiration after reading, creating all living beings' luck. After that, he went on to ascend to the immortal Venerable throne before creating heaven and earth luck. 5 Elements. Grandmaster continued. Heaven. Extremity nodded. Indeed. 5 Elements. Grandmaster went on. I am a northern plainsman, born and bred here. Even though I do not have the Wangjin bloodline, I admire Giant Sun Immortal Venerable greatly. Human path triumphs over heaven path. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's luck path is deeply using the essence of human path. The trend of the rule of humanity cannot be overturned. It cannot be defied. Even heaven is not its match. Do you all agree with me? Of course that is the case. Heaven Extremity replied arrogantly. 5 Elements. Grandmaster smiled lightly. The trend of humanity is clear to everyone here. But the trend of Northern Plains, can you see it clearly? Heaven. Extremity's expression changed. What are you trying to say? 5 Elements. Grandmaster said calmly but loudly. Right now, Northern Plains' trend in terms of humanity is that the demonic path is rising up while righteous path is shifting lower. 88 True Yang building collapsed, allowing many lone immortals and demonic path members to gain strength. Heavenly Lord Baizu created Baizu tribe personally, allowing the righteous path to have a different bloodline. Giant Sun, Immortal Venerable's hereditary monarchy was indeed a grand aspiration, but it was really quite restrictive. Northern Plains is not his to begin with. It belongs to all Northern Plainsmen. The death of a person is like the snuffing of a candle. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable's influence has affected Northern Plains for so long, so many years. It is time to change. A load of nonsense. Heaven Extremity was furious. The other 7 extremities also started berating angrily. 5 Elements. Grandmaster was very tranquil. You are angry and furious, that is because of the fear in your hearts. Giant Sun Immortal Venerable, Huangjin tribes. They have dominated Northern Plains, ruling over it. It is starting to decline now. Just like the 10 great ancient sects in Central Continent, they seem strong, but they are rotten on the inside. There are many internal conflicts and useless members. What about the lone immortals and demonic cultivators? Look at Northern Plains rank 8 Gu immortals. How many have Huangjin bloodline? Old ancestor Shohu is demonic path. I am a lone immortal. Heavenly Lord Baizu turned from lone to righteous path. Prince Feng Xian is a member of Gong tribe, but he is not of Huangjin bloodline. Only Yao Huang alone is holding up the Huangjin tribe's reputation.